Hello again, thanks for joining me. I've got another if in the series, the little word if. And we're still in 1 Corinthians. There's lots of ifs in the New Testament and we're going through them. This is taken from 1 Corinthians chapter 8 verse 1. Paul talking. Now as touching things offered to idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffs up, but charity edifies. And if any man think that he knows anything, he knows nothing yet as he ought to know. Paul's talking about things offered to idols, so I'm taking it out of the context because I believe the principle applies across the board to any subject, be it secular or sacred, be it maths, science, trigonometry, music, or the Word of God or theology, any subject. The more you delve into a subject and become an expert, the more you realise you don't know much. Any expert will tell you there's more that they don't know than what they know, what they already know. It's not that they don't know anything. They don't know anything as they ought to know because they think they know it all and they know a tiny fraction of what's to be known. Well, a believer, let's bring it down to Christians, a believer who thinks he knows about God because of his church or denominational bias or doctrines is puffed up, it's childish, and it's filled with pride. And I believe that the person is deceived and he knows nothing as he ought to know because he thinks he knows. You know, I've travelled in 35 countries, I've preached in hundreds of different denominations over 50 odd years, and I've met so many dogmatic, bigoted Christians who split churches, who cause division because of the limited knowledge of the Bible and the mysteries of God. So let me encourage you to consider what Paul said and realise that the best of us only see through a dark glass. We only have part of the picture. I only have part of the picture. You have part of the picture. And if we compare notes, maybe we'll learn a bit more instead of trying to convince everyone that we're right and you're wrong. 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part. Paul said, now I know in part, but then shall I know, even as also I am known. So not one of us has the whole picture, so don't be a know-it-all. Don't act as though you know all your doctrines and perfect interpretation of the Bible, because I can assure you, you know nothing as you ought to know it with that attitude. Say, this is my revelation, this is my interpretation of what Jesus or Paul said. Don't be dogmatic. Don't say the Word says it, because it's your interpretation of the Word. And fair enough, it's my interpretation of the Word. So don't split churches, don't excommunicate people because of your doctrinal bias and know-it-all pride and childishness. I hope I've provoked you. Have a wonderful week. I'm going now. God bless you.